All right, let's head to segment 3, and let's go by the numbers on this one. And Cedric, your number is 9. Explain.
Well, the Cleveland Browns in the NFL.com's recent power rankings are ranked 9th in the power rankings.
In all of the NFL?
Ahead of the Pittsburgh Steelers, ahead of the Baltimore Ravens. I know they've gotten an infusion of talent. Odell Beckham just signed, and they just have a very good, talented young ball club, but they haven't won anything yet. So why are people hyping them up with a first-time head coach and a division with the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers? Give me some Baltimore Ravens acquiring Mark Ingram and Earl Thomas. Now that's some good acquisitions, and I guarantee you that neither one of them is going to propose to a football net during a game. So be careful what you ask for. Odell Beckham is a great player, but Odell Beckham comes with a set of circumstances and a set of issues that maybe Cleveland might not be ready for. Love me some Baker Mayfield. Hometown, love me some Baker. He's a great leader. Maybe had the best rookie year of any quarterback ever. But football season is football season. The power rankings are fine, but somewhere down the line, you're going to have to win some games. And it's not just about talent. It's about fortitude. It's about the experience in those trenches, and it's about toughness. We'll see if the talent meets the production.
Well, I think what you said about in the trenches, Cedric, is interesting because, Cleveland, to my mind, they're going to have to do some movement, offensive line, defensive front. I mean, not to say that they're without anything in those positions, but it's going to be interesting to see what do they do with the draft. How do they continue to develop those guys? Because, you need to have that strength up front. And I think there's a lot of unanswered questions. Not only do they have those extra sort of non-sexy pieces, they seem to be acquiring the skill positions pretty well on offense, but do they have the worker bees, if you will, to handle that? And then I think the question of how do these guys play together? I mean, look at the Lakers. Everybody said, oh, they're just going to acquire this talent. Everything's going to be fine. They're out of the playoffs, not going to make it, a total mess. So does it work for the Browns? I think we need to maybe, like you said, Cedric, let's see this play out a little bit, see what happens with these guys. But actually, your number kind of plays into my number in a weird way. My number is 1, which my number is 1 because it tells you how many regular season Major League Baseball games have been played at this moment, which I'm not sure anybody knew. Maybe I should have used this in the in case you missed it segment, but the Major League Baseball. A lot of people missed it. Yeah. The Major League Baseball season has opened. It opened in Japan. Mariners are there. Athletics are there. They've already played a game. They're going to play another one in the next 24 hours here. It's weird to me that Major League Baseball sends its season opener, which is a pseudo holiday for a lot of people, sends the opener to Japan more than a week before the rest of the teams open. Most teams are still in the middle of their spring training schedule. The NFL, they put out these power rankings, great marketing. We're talking about the Browns in the middle of March, for crying out loud. Major League Baseball sends its first games to Japan. Do these guys know how to market? Cedric, please, Major League Baseball, what is wrong with them?
They don't market very well, but I'm going to tell you what they do very well, even though the attendance figures don't always seem to be great. They know how to make that money. Japanese money, to use an old school term that my grandfather used to use, the Japanese have long money, Jenny. Long money, which means a lot of money. And they will overpay for everything, especially if it's something that's sexy from America. There are stories of celebrities going to Japan and doing these commercials that are never going to be seen in America, and they are making like $5-6 million per shoot. And they are famous over there for hawking soap or body wash or Armor All, whatever, but it's never seen in America. They go get that money. And so when the Major League Baseball decides to send some teams over to Japan to open up the season, it's not because they don't think there's love for MLB in America. There's just a chance to get some extra money and to tap in to a new financial base. There's big money to be made in Asia, because the people over there are starting to come around that American stuff is pretty cool, and they want to be part of the party. Yao Ming, I think, got that started, no question, with the Houston Rockets, and it's kind of carried on since then.
Yeah, and Ichiro being a prime example of that, a guy that had a couple at bats in that opener, is a beloved figure over in Japan. So I get that, but it just, America's pastime opening, not only, it's not so much opening overseas. To me, I can understand that. It's just the timing of it feels so darn weird that, you're doing it so far out of the rest of the regular season openers. It just feels disjointed, like you're not even you don't really even care about the rest of the season openers. It just makes it feel so strange to me. And I don't know, maybe this all comes back to the fact we're in the middle of March Madness, and some of these leagues need to try to figure out a way to hone in on the basketball side of things. So it's a busy time right now. Maybe that's part of it, but I'm all for having regular season openers at least in the same week. Cedric, is that too much to ask? Go to another continent, I'm fine with that, but could we at least have them in the same calendar week?
You're starting to sound old.
Am I old? I'm old.
Old school, because you're a traditionalist, and America 30 or 40 years ago, people really cared about baseball in this country. Now, imagine if they moved the first week of the NFL season over to China. There'd be some couches being burned on the streets. People see this and they go, "Oh, there's only 160 games left." Trust me, we're going to get our fill of baseball. And they've always had like 7 or 8 season openers. You have your home opener, and if you didn't play on the first day, it's still your season opener. There's going to be 3 or 4 days of season openers. Let's just pretend Japan didn't have it.
Depending on how the games go, the teams may say the same thing. We'll see how it goes. All right, that's it for the Writer's Block this week. We'll be back next week, so be sure to join us then. Thanks for watching.